The morning air under the bridge was cold and wet. Traffic roared above like a hungry lion. Smoke and dust mixed with yesterday's rain. Benjamin woke up on a piece of cardboard, his old coat wrapped tight around him. He rubbed his eyes, listened to his stomach growl. He told himself the same promise every day. Find food, find work, don't give up. He stood up, stretched his sore back, and picked up the small nylon bag. It held the last pieces of his life, 2 certificates, a photo of better days, and a pen that no longer wrote. He stepped out from the shadows into the weak light. Cars sped by. Motorcycle horns beeped. Everyone was going somewhere. No one looked down. Benjamin moved along the concrete edge of the underbridge, checking the ground for any bread. Someone forgot. He did not think of yesterday or last year. Thinking too much hurt. Today would be simple. Get water, find food, try to find a small job. Then he heard it. I can't walk. Please help me. The words were soft at first, almost like the wind. Benjamin stopped frowning. Maybe it was a trick. Maybe it was the city, playing with his ears. He looked around. Only broken bottles, a torn shoe, a metal bucket. He turned. She was there, half sitting, half lying on the rough ground near a concrete pillar. A young woman in a navy blue suit, the kind rich people wear to big meetings. Her clothes were stained with mud. One of her shoes was missing. Her hair, neat and smooth, now stuck to her sweaty face. Her lips were dry. She looked like someone who fell from the sky and landed in a place that did not know her name. Benjamin's heart kicked. He stepped closer, careful and slow. "Madame, can you hear me?" Her eyes moved to his face. They were bright but weak, like a candle, almost dying. "I can't stand. Please help. I am dying." For a moment, fear held Benjamin. He was not a doctor. He was not a hero. He was a man with a torn coat and an empty pocket. But then he saw her hands shaking, her breathing short and fast. Something inside him pushed him forward. "It's okay," he said softly. "I'm here." He reached out his hand. She tried to lift her arm. Her fingers touched his palm, small and cold. She pushed, but her legs did not obey. She fell back with a small cry. Benjamin did not wait. He bent down, slid one arm under her knees and the other behind her back, and lifted. She was light, too light for someone dressed in power. Mud brushed his coat. Her perfume, faint and expensive, cut through the smell of smoke. "Hold on to me," he said. She curled her fingers into his coat. She did not care about the dirt on his beard or the rough feel of his hands. She just held on like a person holding a rope over deep water. Benjamin stepped out from under the bridge and into the road. He shouted at a taxi. It zoomed past. He waved at another. It slowed, looked at him, saw his clothes, saw the mud, saw the way he carried the woman, and sped away. A third taxi did the same. A bus driver laughed and shook his head. "Please," Benjamin called out. "She's sick. Help." No one stopped. He looked at the woman's face. Her eyes were closing. "Stay with me," Benjamin whispered. "Please, stay with me. Don't let me die," she breathed. He turned his back to the road and started walking. 1 step, 2 steps, 10. The hospital was far, but his legs did not ask questions. He carried her like a treasure the world could not see. Sweat ran down his neck, his arms burned. He kept talking to her, the way you talk to a child who is scared. "What is your name?" Her lips moved. "So Sophia." "Okay, Sophia, my name is Benjamin. I'm taking you to the hospital. Just breathe in and out. In and out." Her head rested against his shoulder. "Thank you." He walked. Cars honked. Dust rose. He counted street poles to keep his mind steady. 1, 2, 3, 4. He passed a billboard with a smiling woman in a suit. Across the hall, he's here, but his condition is very serious. Sophia tried to sit up, but pain pulled her down. Tears filled her eyes. She took the nurse's phone with shaking fingers and dialed a number she knew by heart. "Amanda." She breathed when the call connected, her voice breaking. "It's me." On the other end, her personal assistant screamed and started crying. "Madam, you've been missing for 2 weeks. Where are you? Are you safe?" Sophia closed her eyes as tears rolled down her cheeks. "I'm at City Care Hospital. Bring the security team. Bring the convoy. Bring everything. And listen, there is a man here. He saved my life. Now he is dying." Her voice steadied, a spark of steel under the softness. He must not die. Outside the ward, the hallway lights flickered as footsteps began to run, and as the sound grew louder, a new alarm suddenly burst from Benjamin's room. Sharp, fast, urgent. The line on the monitor spiked. then fell, then flat. The door swung open. Code blue, a voice shouted. Sophia grabbed the bed rail, eyes wide, heart pounding. "Benjamin," she cried, just as the doctors rushed in, and the ward lights flashed red. The flat sound of the heart monitor still echoed in Sophia's ears. Long after the doctors rushed into Benjamin's ward, she lay in her hospital bed, trembling, gripping the rail so tightly that her knuckles turned white. She had survived, but her savior was now dancing on the thin line between life and death. Sophia Williams had never felt powerless before. She was the woman everyone feared in boardrooms and adored in the press. As the CEO of Williams Group, her name carried weight across Nigeria and beyond. Yet here she was, dressed in a stained hospital gown, her hair undone, tears streaking her cheeks, watching as a homeless man who had no reason to help her now fought for his life. Her personal assistant Amanda burst into the room, trembling with 3 security guards behind her. "Madam," she cried, rushing to Sophia's side. "Thank God they said you were missing, that the kidnappers." Sophia raised her hand weakly. "Not now, Amanda, forget me. The man, the one who saved me, he is in there, save him." Amanda froze. She glanced at the guards, confused. "A man?" Sophia's voice cracked, but her eyes burned with fire. "Yes, a man in a torn coat. He carried me from under the bridge. He should be dead already, but he isn't, and he won't be. Do you understand me?" Amanda nodded quickly. "Yes, Mom. Yes." The hospital staff, now realizing who exactly lay in their ward, started to scramble. Nurses whispered. The chief medical officer arrived, bowing slightly, promising they would do everything humanly possible. But Sophia's eyes stayed on the door that separated her from Benjamin. Hours later, the storm of activity in Benjamin's ward settled into a heavy silence. A doctor stepped out, his mask pulled down, his expression grave. "We managed to stabilize him, but the damage to his skull is severe. He may never walk again, if he ever wakes." Sophia's heart dropped, but then steadied. "No," she said firmly. "He will wake, and if you cannot save him here, I will find someone who can." The doctor hesitated, then bowed his head. For 4 long days, Sophia remained in the hospital. She refused to leave, despite Amanda's pleading that her family, her company, her world, all demanded her return. Security teams filled the corridors. Expensive cars lined the parking lot. The media sniffed around, but were kept away by men in black suits. On the 4th day, Sophia's strength returned enough for her to rise from bed. She walked carefully into the ward, where Benjamin lay unconscious. Machines beeped steadily. His head was bandaged, his face pale but calm. His chest rose and fell, reminding her that life still clung to him. Sophia pulled a chair close and sat beside him. For a long time, she just looked at him. The unshaven beard, the calloused hands, the torn spirit hiding inside that still body. She reached out, brushing her fingers lightly over his hand. "You saved me when no one else would stop," she whispered. "Taxis drove past, people looked away. But you carried me, and now they say, you may never walk again. I won't accept that. You shouldn't suffer for saving me." Tears welled in her eyes, but her voice was still. "I promise you, Benjamin, if you wake up, I will change your life. You won't return to that bridge. Not ever." That evening, Sophia made a call that shocked the hospital management. Within hours, her private jet was arranged, equipped with a full medical unit. Benjamin was carefully transferred, guarded like a treasure. Sophia boarded alongside him with Amanda and 2 aides. As the plane lifted into the night sky, Sophia sat near Benjamin's stretcher, her eyes never leaving his face. The hum of the engines filled the silence, but her mind replayed everything: the mud on her suit, his arms holding her, the desperate walk to the hospital. "He must not die," she whispered again, her fingers gripping his hand. The hospital was one of the best in the world, its walls gleaming white, its halls buzzing with quiet efficiency. Specialists gathered studying Benjamin's case. Words like craniotomy, hemorrhage, paralysis,